Donald Trump got some bad legal news over the weekend, and he has lately been just having a meltdown. Bearing in mind that this is just a couple of weeks out from him becoming president, you'd think he'd be in a good mood. He's been golfing a ton, which I wouldn't expect from a guy who's about to be the most powerful person in the world in a few weeks, but that's what he's been doing. No, see, on Friday, he learned that on this Friday, January 10th, he'll have to return to Judge Merchan's New York City courtroom, at least virtually, if not physically, to learn his sentence for his hush money payment conviction. So that is coming. Now, he posted a very long post about it, and I'm not gonna read that because that's crazy. But I will say he denied a lot. And he's allowed to deny quite a bit without it being a major legal problem for him. But there is a line there, and we believe he crossed it, which we'll get to. But he said, "I never falsified business records. It is a fake made up charge by a corrupt judge who is just doing the work of the Biden-Harris Injustice Department." Do you see what he did there? That's pretty good for a 4-year-old. Anyway, an attack on their political opponent, me. He created a case where there was none, keeps a gag order on me so that I can't talk about how crooked he is. You literally just called him a corrupt judge like 2 sentences earlier. It's apparently not that great of a gag order, by the way. A legal expense was called in the book, a legal expense. There was nothing else that could have been called. This was the so-called falsifying of records. They falsified records to the tune of literally $500 million. Like, it was a massive set of crimes. But anyway, it wasn't that case that potentially causes problems for him going forward, Francesca. He goes on to say, after claiming once again, laughably, that Mar-a-Lago is worth literally billions of dollars. And then we have also in New York, the woman I never met, celebrity photo lines from 30 years ago don't count, who was awarded almost $100 million, a totally out of control, Trump hating, blah, 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 blah. He defamed her. That's what led to the initial judgment against him. Then he defamed her again, which led to millions more in fines. And if I'm not wrong, bearing in mind, I'm not a lawyer, although I do intend on watching LA Suits. I think he just did it again. And I think that E. Jean Carroll can probably sue him for millions more dollars. Thank you, Donald Trump, for being such a moron. Francesca, what do you make of this?
Such a moron. He keeps a gag order on me so I can't talk about how corrupt he is. Like, you just violated the gag. You're so dumb. You're so dumb. I mean, all of his lawyers, I don't know, like the inauguration fund, like is just a cash cow at this point for like all of these legal cases. In addition to like, please don't impose tariffs on me. But just imagine all the money, like, it doesn't really get stated enough, John, how dangerous it is to have someone who's facing massive amounts of fines and these criminal penalties in the office of the president. Like, this dude, hang on, let's just remember, this dude in, what was it, 2020, 2019, was already trying to blackmail the president of Ukraine to dig up dirt on Biden, and for not even for money, just because he wanted dirt. Like
wait, to interfere with an election. To be clear, he wanted it for election interference.
Of course, election interference. Like, and to say nothing of the 2016 in Russia collusion, but again, that was nothing. You know, Robert Mueller, lifetime Republican, said it was nothing. I mean, he said it was something you just couldn't prosecute a president. But like, it's just wild. You know how. I don't know, like it's so dangerous to have this person, like the most blackmailable administration possible, to say nothing of like Hegseth and others who are also very blackmailable. But John, it's gonna be a slap on the wrist, right? It's gonna be
I mean, that's the issue. Like, he's whining constantly about how corrupt he is. The guy already said, "I'm not gonna give you any jail time, even though you should get jail time. You're literally only not getting jail time because I don't want to interfere with an election." It's literally just to not do election interference. He's once again getting off effectively with nothing. I mean, maybe they'll fine him. They literally should. They should. But
John, what's so funny about that is like, didn't that argument kind of hold up while the election was underway? But now the election has happened, and we don't. It seems have rules on the book that say you can't be president from prison. So like, I'm just trying to get like one more shot. This is the other thing, is like these people are also not our saviors. Like, these judges, yes, they have some moral fortitude, arguably Juan Merchan more than most, but also they are not saviors. They are not gonna actually provide us the kind of the real accountability that we deserve and need.
When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?